Coming to you live here on the LI Sports Network. 15 minutes on the clock for the start of the first period. My name's Kevin Broderick, joined by a spiffy Ryan Brannigan in a rather festive outfit. Got a lot of bit of green, blue, and red. Christmas flannel, you might say, as we're getting ready for a junior varsity matchup between Sachem and KPC. Sachem coming into this game 3-7-0 in the JV season, while the Knights are 5-5. As we get the puck dropped and underway here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League, our second of 3 games here on the South Rinks. The one that will follow this is Smithtown Hauppauge Blue versus East Islip. Another JV matchup. Varsity game should be starting shortly on the North Rinks as we have to hold that, get a breakaway early into this game. 1-on-1, they score! Sachem up 1-0. Just 23 seconds in the game. Hess just came flying in, picked the 5-hole. How do you like that? Back to the face-off. Donis, I didn't even get time to introduce our starting goaltenders for today. For KPC, it's Christopher Guarnieri, as a puck will be saved by our other goaltender for tonight, that being Michael Walsh. A little bit of a shorter bench today for KPC, but definitely have their top guns in attendance. Waterman wins the face-off, looks off to Costanzo. Shot will once again be saved by Walsh. second in just a couple of. Another face-off goes to Coyle. Walsh on the blocker will redirect it to the far side. Waterman holds the line on the backhand, pushing it down low. Sachem trying to battle for it there. Walsh tracking the puck behind his net. Payton on a takeaway. Stick lifted, but battles through the check. Swipes it past the blue line. Rotigliano off to the right side of the blue line. Banks it in past Waterman. Now challenging Coyle. Bent down low, now Coyle will take it. Takes a bump from behind, and streaking in for that hit was DiGiacomo. Coyle not shaken up by it as well. Fades off, cutting the goal line shot. Walsh makes one save, rebound, they score. 1-1, the Knights tie the game. That initial shot from Coyle just kind of held along. I think it will be Geekus to go down with credit. Coyle will get the assist. Right now it's actually listed as Coyle, so unassisted on the goal. That might have actually been Matthew DeFeo out in front to poke it home. Kalber trying to go off to Hess, the goal scorer so far for Sachem. Interrupted by Geekus. Now it's broken free. Here comes Hess, attacking into two. Shifts off right on Burke. Shot, stays in the blue paint. Rebound, Kevin Schwartz knocks it aside. I think Garnieri might have gotten a little piece of it as well. KPC are able to get it out of danger. 2 minutes gone by in the first period. We already have 2 goals. A little bit of lacrosse scoring to start off. Pass out in front, and nothing came through. Wellman slides it forward. Now Sachem have it on to the break. DeFeo to pick up the loose puck. Looking ahead, pocket pick. Yes! Hard shot. Big bounce off the end boards. Kreusch cruising down. Will twirl it around the boards. Held up at the near point. Hess trying to drop it off behind him, interrupted by KPC. Now Kreusch taking a couple of whacks from Geekus. Puck given over to DeFeo, turns a corner quickly. Here comes DeFeo, wraps around one, trying to cut past Hess, but it was forced free. Schwartz now holds the zone in the high slot. Schwartz a good move. Now his space to shoot on the forehand, couldn't let it fly. The wraparound attempt. Schwartz will give it up high, but slide it all the way out of the zone and back down to his goalkeeper. Just over 3 minutes played. Rotigliano punching it. Now Pugh has it. Pugh, 2 men in front of him, tries to go off the boards to Kevin Schwartz. Now Feely has an opportunity down low, joined by Rotigliano. Here comes Coyle to swoop in and take it away. Coyle, lots of speed, past the blue line. Dropping it behind him, but Pugh wasn't able to get his tape onto it. Nice smack pass to Coyle. Gives it back to Pugh. Left circle for the shot. Hits off. The skate goes well off to the right side. The other Coyle brother on the ice right now. Had his pocket picked, and Sachem will have plenty of players. Pouncing forward. Centering feed. Hunter couldn't knock it down. Has Pugh challenging. Taps it past the blue line. On the reload. KPC back with it in their own ends. Hunter on the forecheck. Touched by Coyle. That's Michael Coyle ahead. Cross the ice for Pugh. Instead it caroms over to the stick of Hunter. Couldn't work it around Pugh. Taps almost into the middle. 1-1 the score, with goals coming at 13:31 and 14:37. It was Hess to start off, and then Jake Coyle with the response. Here's Jake again, called off sides by a whistle. Take a pause with 10:19 remaining in the first period of this junior varsity game. Schwartz forces it in deep. Puck comes right back to him. Smoothly on the backhand, collects it, goes to the blue line. Passes it right to Waterman. A Brister almost had top left corner written onto it. Schwartz again to pinch in and keep the play alive. Puck hemmed in underneath a couple of skates. We have a 2-on-2 with Geekus and Schwartz knocking it out. Schwartz goes across. DeFeo now passing it out in front. Right idea, but just barely underneath the stick of his teammate. Schwartz. Costanzo knocks it in and DeFeo will chase in. Puck rolls around. Kane couldn't get it out. Good stick lift from behind. Hess, not with a lot of options below his own goal line. Bottled up and hit into the boards. 9:24 left in the first period. KPC with tons of pressure right now. Another turnover. Costanzo tapping it middle, loose in the slot, and Hess will hike it out of there. Icing will be waved off, so Waterman has to do this the hard way. Payton quick in on the forecheck. Wrapped around to Kevin Schwartz, taken away. Geekus going over to the battle. Flies it ahead onto the stick of DeFeo, trying to get it back from Costanzo. Payton comes in. Absorbs a hit, lifted off. Payton to DiGiacomo. Now it's Kevin Schwartz as the puck can't seem to find an owner. Here's Schwartz almost dancing on a wire. Goes back to Coyle. KPC had to be careful there not to take too many men on the ice. Kevin Schwartz around DiGiacomo. Challenged by a second, and he'll dump it in after he gains the red line. Puck comes back to Schwartz, again off the backhand. Gets by two challengers. Schwartz now into the slot. Schwartz, a shot, rebound! Given off to the right side, and Schwartz onto it again. Here's Kevin Schwartz on the wrap attempt, looking for Coyle. A tap shot goes wide to the left this time. Coyle gets his rebound, plenty of space in front, tries to slide it off the back post, and just barely missed. KPC once again with a fantastic offensive zone shift. Jay Coyle wants to extend it a little bit further, but the puck will slide past him. Karam's over to Pugh. DiGiacomo behind him, turns it over to the defender out in front. Jay Coyle again on the forecheck. Couldn't get anything going. This time with about half the period gone by. Retigliano will dump in and go for a change as the other Coyle brother has an opportunity to clear it off the boards. Sachem still without one of their better players, that being Jack Mitchell, brother of the cameraman Wally Mitchell, son of the head coach, Mr. Mitchell. Pugh with Wellman in front of him. Cuts off to the right side, looking for Foy. Action slowing down a little bit, but maybe Hess with another opportunity. Bounce pass. Coyle gets his stick activated. DeFeo looks to the weak side of the ice. Kevin Schwartz should be there first. Almost tapping DeFeo into a breakaway. It's forced through. Now DeFeo has it. Pushed by Hess from behind. DeFeo still strong on his stick. Has to get through this traffic. DeFeo a shot. Rebound comes out in front, but not poked in. Walsh had to fight off a 2-on-1 down low. Long pass. Here comes Feely. 1-on-1. Shot save made by Guarnieri. Kevin Schwartz comes in for the second chance opportunity. Wants to bail out his goaltender. Geekus. Nice chip and chase. Looks to slide one out in front. Feely back in transition for defense. Pitches it off the glass, and Kevin Schwartz pulls it down. Schwartz couldn't break past two, and will be sent down the length of the ice for another whistle. This game has great pace to it right now with 5:39 left in the first. Might have some varsity action going on behind us at this point. Actually, just 6 minutes away from that game. It will be Sachem varsity versus the West Islip Lions. And West Islip struggling so far in the varsity season, just 2-9, while Sachem is having a great year, up at 8-3. Long shot and a save made off the blocker by Guarnieri. Skims into the end boards. Hunter couldn't battle it away. This might be a breakaway. Coyle with a man on his left takes the shot. Pugh will go off for the rebounds. Swarmed by 3 players. Schwartz passing it back to Pugh. Now with some room, Pugh couldn't fiddle it through. Hunter testing his shot, his stick wrapped up. Croix gave it away. Costanzo, nice poke pass to Kevin Schwartz joining the rush. Here's Schwartz, always has some fancy feet. Tried to give it away to Jake Coyle, but the gift was denied. Back into the neutral zone. DeFeo with a strong shoulder, takes it back, looks up, Costanzo. Across to Kevin Schwartz. Stick handles past the blue line, looking off to his right side, back to Costanzo, trying to get the shot off, and it's swept through the slot. Schwartz now at the goal line. Again looking for Coyle. Comes to Muller for a one-timer, saved by Walsh down low. 4:20 left in the first period. Dangerous pass, but it goes to his man for a shot, and it's just a little off the mark. Costanzo on the follow-up, again puts it through. DeFeo cuts it middle. Taken away by Rotigliano. He'll tap it off to Payton. Tied up for a second, but does just barely kick it through the blue. Costanzo for Coyle. Coyle trying for one more skill move. Was forced off to the corner. Looking up now. Coyle trying to go back. Coyle on a shot down low. Hess into the offensive end, flanked by Wellman. Poke check from DeFeo will pry it down to the goal line. Up and around, but not out. Long shot, almost got through Guarnieri. Got enough of it to direct it. Geekus will chase after his own dump in. Portanova meets him below the goal line. His centering feed came out of nowhere. And Walsh was quick to react. DeFeo, another pickpocket. Looking to get the pass off. For Waterman, now Geekus. Hits it off a skate blade, and it's back for Sachem. Hess, the goal scorer. Takes it back and forces it through the blue. Burke on a backhander, couldn't clear it past Hess, so he'll dive below the goal line. Turning up, passing option is Croix. Instead spins back to the corner, still hounded by Geekus. Hess finally shimming it for Croix. Around for Wellman. Wellman into the slot. Shot ramps off his stick. Bounces down below the goal line. Comes free for DeFeo, looking for a pass past the blue line. Turns it over to Croix, but he does have to reset with the rest of his team. Sachem will go for a change behind the play. Wellman will stay on and just try to hold it there. Gets it past Burke as well. Wellman with options. Trying to find the trailer for a one-timer. And it was ripped above. Another centering feed. Kevin Schwartz steps in front, and Guarnieri will settle things down with 2:03 left in the first period. Rotigliano off to Hunter, feeds the blue line. Sachem a long drive, and it's another save by Guarnieri. No penalties so far in this first period as the score is 1-1. Saw both of those goals happen in the first 2 minutes. Both of them going down as unassisted. Although there might have been a tap in on the goal from Jake Coyle that would have made it an assist. But I'm no scorekeeper, so what I say doesn't matter. And here is that goal scorer, Coyle. Springing forward, Coyle. Poked off his stick, but it's to Pugh. Pugh for a shot, and Walsh a sliding block. Up to the other Coyle brother. Stick tied up from behind. This could be a breakaway quickly for Sachem. Into a 2-on-1. Feely, the passing option. Shot is off to the right side. Payton off the bench to hold it. Challenged by Pugh. Knocked to Jake Coyle. Here comes Coyle. Another centering feed. Taken by DiPietro. Could have a long pass. Does get through. Rotigliano has to get there first, but instead Guarnieri aggressive. Shuts down the one-on-one opportunity. Mr. Do It himself. Kevin Schwartz, couple shoulder fakes, buys him a little bit of space, but Payton goes in for the second round. Pass up to the boards and will be given off to Jake Coyle, who's been out here a long time. Coyle trying to go through some skates, and will go right back to Payton. Payton inversing, turning the corner for a shot. 25 seconds left in the first period. Two teams evenly matched over the last 10 minutes. Hess trying to change that. Bounce pass to Kane will accidentally clear the zone. Sachem with time for maybe one more quality look right here. They'll hit Payton on the near point. He'll start the play in, giving it back to Hess. Hess one-on-one with the goalie, scores! 2 seconds left on the clock. Sachem back on top. And we'll get one more face-off to end the first period here on the LI Sports Network. Sachem with a late goal take their one-goal lead back. Yeah, Columbia's winning. Can't stand them. And we're back for the start of the second period here on the LI Sports Network. A fresh 15 for KPC and Sachem, as is the Sachem Hockey Club out to a 2-1 start. Both goals coming from number 6, Zach Hess. Tyler Payton and Jake DiPietro with assists on the second goal, but the first one was unassisted. A breakaway coming in the first 23 seconds. Geekus down to the goal line. Comes out to Muller. A little bit of room afforded to him. Looks for a shot through a couple of skates. Pops out to the high slot. And here is that 2-goal scorer already looking for his hat trick. Rushes past Geekus. Actually got a piece of the puck and gives it away to DeFeo. Slide pass off to the right side of the rink. Costanzo trying to get there first, but didn't have the speed. Already a minute gone by here in period number 2. Puck wrapped around to Hunter. Held in by Wellman. He'll give it back the way he found it. Chance for Kalber to clear the zone, and it forces it into the neutral. Muller whips it across. Comes out to Jake Coyle. Has the goal for KPC into the high slot. Gliding, still there, looking for a shot. Pugh had the tip, but Kalber blocked the rest of it. It's the other Coyle brother, Michael Coyle, centering it out in front. Couple of saves made by Walsh. Good shift already for KPC. Taken by Kane. Turns it over to Michael Coyle. Goes to his defensive partner. DeFeo out of the pack. Room at the blue line and slides it ahead. Kalber will just send it the length of the ice as it rolls down. Should be an icing, so we'll go back to the offensive end for KPC. Burke blasts, almost tips in. That was dangerous. It went off of Portnova's skate. Burke at the blue line. Wiggles it down the wall. A centering feed coming from Coyle. Excuse me, that was Pugh. Pugh again on the half wall. Takes it away. Pugh trying to slide it to Coyle. Had his pass interrupted. Pops free, and now DiGiacomo has it. Couple of quick passes. Ritigliano, stretching strike. Couldn't get it around Jake Coyle, who is back. Comes off for Burke. Be Burke against Kreusch, and the puck is sent down for an icing. That was awfully close. Here comes KPC. Numbers past the blue line. Crashing the net and tipping it just wide to the left. Great rush opportunity right there. Sachem now resetting some clean control in their own zone. Kalber will give it back to his defensive partner as the Knights are aggressive as always. Sending plenty of forecheckers. This is the danger with it. He's giving up plays on the backside, but that one will be shut down with an offsides as DeFeo and Ritigliano accidentally tie up in each other's equipment. No penalties there because there was none to call. Hess maybe looking for the hat trick. It was a weak backhander that dribbled below the goal line. Payton now again, Schwartz, a little bit of size advantage there for Payton. Tried to pull it around Schwartz, who knocked it free up to the blue line and now forced away. KPC could be into a quick 2-on-1. Back check shut down by DeFeo as well. Pass comes across and just barely not knocked in. Hess could get numbers back the other way. Hits it to his man Payton, collects on the backhand with Schwartz in front. Wiggled away from his control, and it becomes a track meet here on the South Rinks. A backhand saucer never reached Geekus, so that will slow us down a little bit, but right back to pace as Payton takes it. Knocked away by Kevin Schwartz. Now it's DeFeo with it again. DeFeo with Geekus as the trailer. Fades off to the left side. Geekus centering it out in front, and the shot goes wide over to the right post. Payton onto another rebound. Trying to look off for his teammates. It's Hess and DiPietro in a 2-on-2. And again, they fumble the puck at the blue line, called offside. So Schwartz has it. Hits his man DeFeo for a long pass. DeFeo loading up the shot. Carries it down low. DeFeo on the rapid attempt. What a save by Walsh. Right there, DeFeo knows that he has him beat, And somehow Walsh reaching over with the glove. How do you do? Portanova on the ensuing rebound. High off the glass. It wraps but not out of the zone. And Walsh has to sumo slam onto that puck. Another save now with 10:14 left in the second period. Sachem need to get back into their defensive structure. Coyle off the ensuing draw once again, testing Michael Walsh. Muller with Wellman, quickly closing the gap. Wellman takes it away, has Feely in front, couldn't get the pass through, and it's eaten up by Guarnieri. Both goalies on either side needing to make expert stops to keep this game at a 2-1 tally. KPC get the draw up and out. Bashed in by Coyle. His brother Jake now chasing after it. Comes over to Pugh. Pugh battling a couple of sticks, and it's ripped away. Retigliano across the blue line, centering pass, shot saved. Hess with 2 goals on the game already. Definitely have to be KPC's #1 priority to shut down. Cradled and wristed down the ice. Kevin Schwartz, lackadaisical skate back as he knows that's going to go for an icing. As Sachem out to a 3-0 start in their varsity game against West Islip. As I say that, score sheet will get updated. West Islip scoring their first of the game to make it 3-1. Burke on a one-timer, and Walsh is over in time. Burke can definitely shoot that puck. Fortunate for Walsh that he didn't have a screen in front of him. Kevin Schwartz once again going all the way back. Starts his trot. Schwartz cutting through the entire rink. DiPietro out in front of him. Dives down low. Centering feet jammed and in. Tie game. Kevin Schwartz once again facilitating for his team. That one will definitely go to DeFeo in front. But Kevin Schwartz with a hard-working assist right there. Jake Coyle. Relaxed across the blue line. It's poked off his stick, and Walsh will put his mitten on top. 6:58 gone in the second period. We got 8:02 left. And a tie game now as both these teams continuing to trade goals. Long shot from the outside, easy work for Walsh, and he'll plop the rebound on the perimeter. Plenty of time for his defense to look for their options. It's whipped across, now Calberer has it. Up ahead for DiGiacomo, but well out of his reach, should go down for an icing. KPC will happily take that. Now with 7:44 remaining. Face-off won by Jake Coyle. SCHSHL looking for the shot. Pugh against Payton, who will knock it out of his defensive end. Now halfway through this game. Waterman looks for a quick outlet on the wall, and it's turned over to Sachem at center ice. Goal scorers today for KPC are DeFeo and Jake Coyle. The only assist for KPC obviously belonging to Kevin Schwartz on the goal that we just saw. Here's Jake Coyle with it again. Always has speed behind him. Coyle against another speed demon, that being Ryan Retigliano. Here comes Retigliano, a shot. Big rebound off the end boards. Waterman skims it up and around the boards and now out from his forwards. Jake Coyle with it again. Inverting now, looking to shoot between a pair of legs. Puck deflects over to the left wing corner. Another minute gone by here in the middle frame. Both these teams score and give up about the same amount of goals per game, as Retigliano wasn't able to get past Coyle. Michael Coyle now conducting the clear. Gets it off to Muller. Shimmies it ahead of the blue line. A slap shot. Not going to go far as Portanova was standing in front of it. Sachem are scoring 3.9 goals per game, giving up 3.6, and KPC scoring 4.7, giving up 4.1. So both of them playing winning hockey. Muller down and around the boards. Kreusch pops out. Geekus pokes it free. Now it's Portanova's time to bash it against. Goes up high. DeFeo gets it from Muller. DeFeo pass Hess, centering feed, but couldn't find anyone on the other end. Michael Coyle, good spin move. Gets around one as he's waiting for his team to get back on side. So we'll go over to Portanova. Across for Wellman, tipped partially, and it will go back over to Muller. Definitely the best game that I've seen Sachem play. It's been a while since I've broadcasted a Sachem game, but they seem to have a bit more structure to everything now. Players skating a little bit faster, a little bit freer because of it. Puck will float all the way down, no icing. Kane takes it away. Kane looking for a shove attempt and was shut down on the far post by Guarnieri. This puck should go for an icing as Geekus wasn't able there in time, and Calberer will give us the whistle with 4:32 remaining in the fourth. Excuse me, the fourth. Second, there is no fourth. Guess you could call overtime fourth, although that would be weird. Centering feed at the last moment. Burke was there to intercept. Coyle knocks it aside. DeFeo comes in to help him out. It's up and out for Geekus. Looks across, Costanzo whacks it in. And Walsh will be forced to cover up, gets the whistle. Hess was leading his team in goals coming into this game, has added on another 2. His season total is up to 8. And DeFeo broke into double digits with his most recent goal. Long shot. That was a tough blocker save for Walsh. Michael Coyle almost had a goal for himself right there. Now on to a loose puck. DiPietro wasn't there in time to really challenge him. Good board battle for DeFeo. Now cuts open on the forehand. His shot saved down low. Rebound goes out to Feely. Has time and sends it out. Kevin Schwartz also broke into double-digit assists on the season with his assist to Matthew DeFeo. Payton against 2 below the goal line. Loses it out to DeFeo. Now trying to wrap around Retigliano. Has Geekus in front of him, but instead will skate this himself. Pulls up across Costanzo. Went off his skate blade back for DeFeo. Has to wait for his team to get on sides. Here comes that double-digit goal scorer this season on a sharp angle, and Walsh makes a glove stop. Coyle won the face-off forward, but it was taken by Sachem. They play it to the weak side of the ice and find an easy clear from Payton. Let it ahead for Hess. Hess breaking in, looking for a shot, tied up and covered ahead. Portanova, wrister, ramps off a stick, will stay on the ice. Payton has it plop in front of him, quickly challenged by Waterman. Twisted around for Portanova, off the backhand, centers for Payton, looking for one more pass, but couldn't get it through. It was Waterman in front of him to stop the play. 2:20 left in the second, we're tied at 2-2. Hess, patient. Leaves it behind him for his defenseman. Down to 2 minutes, and Walsh got down just in case. You never know. Hess with Coyle in front of him. Sachem having a hard time with the aggressive structure of KPC. Will be sent down. Waterman not going to get an icing. Twirls it for Schwartz, goes past him, but still out for KPC, and they'll lead the rush up ice. Coyle trying to get one more touch off sides, and that will give Sachem some time, but they're not even going to use it because Hess wants to break this forward himself. Battles up the boards, now pulling around. Passing it on his forehand, looking for Payton. Payton collects. Elevates it above the goal line again. His stick tied up, lifted away from his possession. KPC get it out. Smacked by DiPietro, but not into the zone with just around a minute left in the second period. We saw some late action in the first. Here comes Hess for his hat trick. Speak of the devil. And Hess is into the offensive end for the goal. Forehand, and just plucks it. So now Sachem ahead 3-2. And it looks like they'll exit the second period the same way they entered it, with a 1-goal lead. DeFeo Knocked down, and we'll get a penalty off of that. First one we've seen all game. As Guarnieri was quick to get out of his net, but no extra skater needed. So it'll be a 38-second power play. At least in this period. Obviously, the remainder can carry over to the third. That's all assuming that KPC don't score off it right away. They have a good power play, good setup. They give it over. Backdoor. Schwartz fanned on the shot. Walsh has to get back up and does so in time. Schwartz behind the net. Looking for the feed to Coyle. Coyle on his second shot. They score. KPC respond within the last minute, and it's a quick power play goal. First shot deflected. Second shot goes in. Coyle gets his second goal of the game. Kevin Schwartz getting another apple on that as well. Mike Coyle gets it ahead for DeFeo. Cuts past Feely. Now DeFeo into the offensive end. 6 seconds left. He's knocked down to the ice. Kane takes a bump into the boards, and that's how we'll hit triple zeros here in the middle period. Stay right here on the LI Sports Network for the conclusion of this game, tied at 3. And we're back on the LI Sports Network for the start of the third. KPC tying us up once again. Goal from Jake Coyle, assisted by Kevin Schwartz on the power play. Just before that, it was Zach Hess with 1 minute left exactly in the second period to put his team ahead 3-2. DeFeo tripped down, was slow to get up, but here comes Hess. One-hand carry. Dives down low and cuts it up, looking for a pass to the far blue line, interrupted by Geekus and forced away. It's DiPietro to regain it for Sachem. Sachem 3-7-0 on the JV season so far. KPC an even 5-5. In deep for Muller. Settles the rolling puck, looks to go past Wellman and does. Coyle has it in his skates and now will pick it away with Costanza on his right side. Puck jostled and now Hess will skate onto it, looking for his fourth goal of the game. Hess, long ranger, save made Guarnieri, and he'll regather it with the paddle, bringing it into his pads. 13:47 on the clock. Both these teams trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. For KPC, it was an 8-3 loss to Longwood and a 7-3 loss to Smithtown Hauppauge, their red team, as Kevin Schwartz cuts in front. Great glove save from Walsh. Coyle wins it quickly for a one-timer, deflects into the netting. We'll do it again, this time from the opposite dot. For Sachem, their 2-game losing streak is 2. East Islip 3-2 on November 19th, and West Islip 4-2 on November 14th. So they don't like Islip right now. DJ Cuomo had the shot but left it behind him. It's Hess from a hard angle, hits it off the outside of the net. Kevin Schwartz stops his speed on a dime and now will slowly rocket up the ice. Whips it across for Jake Coyle. Coyle weaves around 2, now cuts past the blue line all the way off to the opposite end of the rink. Coyle doing whatever he wants right now. Centering feed to Schwartz. Couldn't get off a shot. Sachem haven't won a game as well since November 3rd. That was a 7-0 shellacking against Northport. The reason I say that is they tied 0-0 against Ward Melville on November 12th. An absolute barn burner. Hess already on a hat trick. Will give it off at the blue line. Long shot, Guarnieri directing the traffic. Pugh will go around for it and taps it ahead for Burke, who will force it ahead to Coyle. Taken away by Sachem. We'll give it right back to Burke. Pugh spinning around for it. Poked away. 3 minutes gone by in the third. Hess would break into 10 goals as well as we get a penalty. Maybe a great opportunity for Hess to get his 10th goal of the season, as Sachem will go on to a power play for the next 2 minutes. So Coyle going to go into the box, high sticking the call. Hess off to the draw, gets it back. Rim down the wall for the captain. Spins it to Hess. At the goal line, pressured by Waterman, pinned into the boards. Another back pass to the high slot now. Payton will allow DJ Cuomo to take it. Make that Rotigliano. Off for Hess. Navigating the traffic, Hess. Calberer, long shot, hit a stick. I believe it was Geekus to get a piece of it. Payton does well to control the rebound, putting it into the corner for Hess. Taps it up to the blue line again. Taken away. Good play from DeFeo. He tries to streak up ice. Calberer is going to be quick onto him. DeFeo on a shot down low, saved by Walsh. Tries to cut back out in front. Lost his handle. DeFeo onto another shot, and Walsh makes the save. Rotigliano, minute gone by in the power play, trying to open up the ice. Good move from the Coyle. Not in the box right now, who is Michael. Payton, no one to center to. He's usually the man in front of the crease. Portanova gave it away. Once again, it's DeFeo. This time he might have a partner. Kreusch the man back. DeFeo looking for the pass in front. Save made by Walsh. .39 seconds left in the 5-on-4 for Sachem. They'll take a draw from their own zone. On the turnaround shot is Geekus. It came in front, and Walsh has to make another stop. Great little sequence right here from KPC, trying to pin them in. Cross the blue line for Sachem. Wellman gets around Kevin Schwartz, but with a little bit of contact, slowed him up. Now Schwartz will pick up a loose puck, just cradling it, and then will blast it off the wall. Away for Portanova, allowing his team to get a partial change. 2 seconds left on the penalty to Jake Coyle, and he'll come out of the box now. Just under 10 minutes to play here in the South Rinks. DeFeo trying to go skate to stick, interrupted by Feely. Swipes it in front for a shot. Save made, Guarnieri. Rebound in front of him. Guarnieri trying to find it. They score! Back to the lead. Sachem up 4-3. Payton getting the bumps right there. Might get goal credit for it. But instead it will be Zach Wellman from Tyler Payton. DiPietro threw a couple of sticks. Centering bid, not going to go exactly where he wanted it. Slept back into the air. Now Coyle will try to settle it and hand it off for Burke. He'll dip below his own goal. Approaching the 9-minute mark in the third period. Coyle skating into DiPietro. This is Kreusch with it now. Kreusch! What a goal! An absolute snipe. Or excuse me, that was Hess again. Zach Hess from a brutal angle. Into a 5-3 game now. Stick taken away from Walsh. Kane will pick it up and give it back to him, and now we'll get a penalty. That's going to go against KPC, probably for roughing. DeFeo on the pickpocket. Coming forward in need of a goal, slides it off for Pugh, crushing the net, and Walsh got it. Shot from Schwartz, dribbles off to the right side, and Pugh couldn't redirect it. $1:30 left in the power play now. Back the other way. Schwartz trying to find a strip. DeFeo couldn't get it either. Schwartz with Kane and Payton challenging him. Twirls it around for Coyle. Michael Coyle onto the stick at DeFeo. Has Schwartz holding it himself though. Will lift it high and all the way down. Walsh collects it off one hop and will take another whistle. 6:57 remaining in regulation, 52 on the power play. And KPC need 2 goals here. Payton getting to it. DiPietro to the left circle, snaps the shot, rants off a stick and goes out of play. Six seconds left in the 5-on-4. Hesse with 4 goals for his team. Zach Wellman, the other goal scorer for Sachem. That's how they're into their 5-3 lead. Bertigliano will step in for the draw. Bertigliano sending it to the goal line, forcing Guarnieri to play it around the boards. Held in for a long blast. Coyle head up ice, needing to cheat for some offense. We are back to 5-on-5 with under 6 to play. KPC need to get back on sides. It's not going to matter as Sachem clear the zone. Bertigliano with it again. Long shot, kind of fanned on it. Waterman will go down low. Trying to dig it out. Pops around for Muller. Here's Jake Coyle. Long shot, Geekus. Tracking down the rebound, had Feely behind him, twirled it around the boards. Waterman should be able to step up for it. This is Hunter for Bertigliano. Past the blue line. Fakes the shot, gets around Muller. Dives on the backhand. Coyle meeting him at the other side. Bertigliano still holds on to it. All the way to the blue line and will just go out of the zone, knowing that his team doesn't need offense right now, just control. Bertigliano, like a magnet, takes a check from Geekus. A turnaround on the shot will sit in the left wing corner. Back for KPC, under 5 to play in the third. DiPietro. Flying into Burke, has Feely. DiPietro's shot, Feely the rebound. Looking for Wellman out in front, but got tied up by Coyle. DiPietro at the blue line, just barely called offsides. Portanova around for Hesse. He overskated it, so DeFeo plays it back for Schwartz. Schwartz tips it around one for the shot. Whistles off to the right side. Burke tracks down the rebound, and a follow-up will be speared away by Walsh this time. Portanova looking for the clear. Knocked to DeFeo. Races towards the net. DeFeo taps it out in front, and it's cleared easily by Sachem. Not out of the zone, though. DeFeo with it again. Has Burke behind him playing oversight. DeFeo elects instead to go for clean control back in his own end. Hounded by Cuomo. Stepping up is Hesse as well, but it's past both of them now with Kevin Schwartz. Knocked from behind by Kane. Schwartz gives it off. Pugh couldn't handle it. Pugh on the tip, though. Holds the zone just for a second. Kalber will play as the last line and get it ahead. Cuomo across. Hesse looking for another one. Save made. Payton good in the offensive end. Trying to pry it away from Burke. Pugh goes up for DeFeo. Has Kevin Schwartz there with him. Schwartz fields the pass through the blue line. Schwartz tipping off to the right side. Will scale the boards. It goes down below the goal, under 3 to play. Guarnieri still in his post. Still plenty of time in theory. But with Sachem controlling again, that time is going to quickly tick by. Payton from the slot. Guarnieri is safe. Tips it in front of him. Comes back for Feely. Follow-up shot, and this time Guarnieri will deaden the puck. 2:39 remaining. KPC into a little bit of desperation mode at this point. Coyle against Hesse. Hesse will win it. His team now looking for some more offense just to ensure this victory. It would be their 4th win of the season and plunge KPC below 500 at 5-6. Payton using his frame. Coyle couldn't knock it free for a shot, and a nice glove stop from Guarnieri, snatching it out of the air. Ozone draw, quick shot, rung off the bar. I thought that almost went in. Just over 2 minutes remaining. You got to imagine the next time KPC getting into the offensive end, they're going to pull Guarnieri. Try to get that 6th skater out there. Here's Jake Coyle sitting on 2 goals. Might need a hat trick to get his team tied. Coyle pulling up on the puck, separated from control by Portanova. Banks it off the boards, but not out. Guarnieri still in his post. Long shot, tipped in front. Walsh got it under his pad. DeFeo taking this draw. Guarnieri still in the net. Free puck. Mike Coyle challenged. Jake behind him. Will give it back to his brother down the boards. Michael Coyle forcing it in deeper. Guarnieri still in his net. Kalber trying to go up and out. And will be cleared out of the zone. Minute 15 remaining. Guarnieri will leave it for Michael Coyle. They'll build the first bit of steam. And there goes Guarnieri. Empty net now for KPC. Left behind the net by Walsh. They get their 6th skater on and into the offensive end, but Hesse has it. Looking for another goal. Floats it down the ice and will dribble. Might not go for an icing. Waved off by the officials. Geekus will have to build this attack. Home run pass. Tipped into the offensive end by Michael Coyle. Kalber back for it. Sends it into his own right wing corner. KPC quick onto the scene. Kevin Schwartz blocking it off with his body, sending it out in front, but no one got the shot off. Geekus on a blast, tipped by Pugh, still in front, and Walsh can't make the save. They score, and we're in with one. Walsh just in a split right there. Couldn't cover up the puck. This game all of a sudden becomes interesting with 28 seconds left. And it looks like we'll take a timeout on the ice, so we'll take a timeout here on the LI Sports Network. And we're back on the LI Sports Network. Sachem varsity up in their game 8-3 right now against West Islip. As the JV team look to close out a 1-goal lead with 28 seconds left in the third period. Net is still empty. Coyle with an important face-off against Hesse. Coyle will win it forward. DeFeo springing down the ice, looking for a shot, snapped above the crossbar. Kevin Schwartz on the follow-up, couldn't handle it. It's up the boards to the blue line, but not out. Back down with numbers for Kevin Schwartz, trying to send it in front, scramble, and it's caught away. Walsh got there in time. 13 seconds left in an O-zone draw. Coyle couldn't win it. It's down low. Around the boards. DeFeo races over and holds the zone. 7 seconds left, and there's the takeaway. Sachem gonna take it. Long shot, and they score. Back to a 2-goal margin, and Sachem will secure their 4th win of the season. And it was Kane to do it. One more ceremonial puck drop at center ice, as we'll wrap up this game with a 6-4 final score. Smithtown Hauppauge versus East Islip up next. Thank you so much for watching this game here on the LI Sports Network. Final score, Sachem take it 6-4.